Hello and welcome back to my Europa Universalis MEIOU and Taxes playthrough of Bohemia. So last time we have looked at the salt situation and today we are going to continue. So we decided to send one of our guys to a different trade node. We're sending him to Elbe. Why are we going there? Let's check it out in a second. I think we should move him to the Vistula trade node to get the salt here. Alternatively, we need to get into the Danube trade node. So let's see where we sent them. No, we just recalled him. Okay, so it's either we go into the salt regions of Salzburg and the what is over here, or the other section would be to go into the Vistula. However, I'm leaning towards the here, but we can do one last thing. So we could check the price of salt in Salzburg, which is 2.05, and in Krakow, which is the biggest producer, the price is almost 3. So it's significantly cheaper here in Salzburg. In fact, a lot cheaper. So we are going to send him here to buy that cheap salt. So go. And let's get some more salt for our state. Also, the next major event we are looking for is the end of the Regency, which is coming at some point. And that's something we are looking forward to. Okay, did we get them? Yeah, we did get them into the Empire, so let's check out the map mode ones. Yeah, so we need to solve the balloon question here, which is going to be a problem. And then we also have to solve Provence here. We are still allied with Naples, which we would need to get rid of to do that. And then we also have to fight France at the first possible situation, which is going to be a 100-year war between England and France. So as soon as that one is happening, we are going to intervene and push our claims there. And afterwards we can probably dissolve our alliance with Naples to start taking over Provence. A little bit worrying is the conquest of the Ottomans into Serbia, so they are going to lose a lot here, and it's going to be the start of probably a very powerful Ottoman Empire here, because these provinces have a high state reach, they are decently rich, but most importantly the Ottomans have an idea which is I think called Ghazi. No, I'm not sure which one of these it is, which is giving them manpower from heathens. So they are recruiting from heathen, they are Sunni, so they are recruiting Christians into their army, and they are also recruiting fellow Muslim soldiers, so they are getting a lot of manpower from taking over stuff. That's going to be a problem. So we have a spy network in France. Meanwhile, we are just going to, yeah, there we go. So he's not the greatest one, but the next heir is going to be significantly better. So we can, in fact, begin a new alignment. We are going with the aristocrats here. We are going to go over the cheap options here. This one, we need a relation. Yes, we do need a relation, so we have to take this guy, and then we're going to take this guy. And in fact, we are going to promote them just to get a little bit more diplomatic and like some more of these points, basically. Yes, we lost some. It's decent. And in fact, we might want to throw in one grain provision here just to stabilize the empire after the succession, because we have now 59 legitimacy, which is of course not that much. Okay, music. Yeah, meanwhile our empire authority already is going up again. And I think we can add Treviso to the empire as soon as we have caught it. However, that's going to take a little bit. And also we still have to sort out how we possibly can get into Venice, just due to the fact that they have a lot of fleet. And we cannot cross to Venice without dominance of the Gulf of Venice here, so that's going to be... Well, I'm not sure how we want to do it, in fact. Okay, now what we have a new year, so also our merchant should have been applied here now, so we can check out our salt again. We're still buying everything, so that's fine. But hopefully our commerce industry is doing a little bit more of a profit, so I should have remembered the values here, but I didn't, so it's fine for the moment. Okay, I hope that they're going to make an offer to offer us the knowledge again, just due to the fact that we want to grow commercialization as fast as possible. So how far did we get? 42%, and now we don't have any growth left. So really, I hope that they are going to offer us an agreement again. I'm not sure why it's not growing, in fact, so let's check out the conditions again. So, there we go. Albino. Yeah, it's fine. Recall, fine. So, urban governance right larger than 3. We got that. Commerce right greater 8. Oh, for invention, we... Wait a second. No, provincial, so innovation is if you reinvented or invented the first initial time. So the first country to get commercialization needs to have this fulfilled. Or if you are not nearby to a province which has commercialization. So if you're, for example, playing China and you want commercialization, then you need to fulfill these invention requirements. So due to the fact that we are in a region where commercialization is present, we have to check out the provincial spread requirements. Owner has commerce right larger or greater than 7. We got that. Legalism present. We got that. Peasant subsistence below 60%. We need to check that. So we have subsistence economy 15%. That's fine, in fact. So the problem is going to be that we don't have powerful enough burgers. So probably our burgers are below 20% or something like that. So let's check it out. Oh, they are 36%. I don't want to calculate it in detail, but most likely we are just not good enough to fulfill the spread requirements here. Okay. So now the big question is, we have a steady income of 1.5 currently. It's still fluctuating a lot due to the fact that we feed the peasants grain, but also we have been expanding some stuff here, and also we are paying for the commercialization, something to albino, so that's also a problem for the moment. So we are not going to get rich that quickly, and we still need like 200, 300 ducats. I think 2 times 200 ducats to build the 2 amenities we still lack. So it was, where is it? I think it was here, yeah, and here. But also this province needs to get amenities too. Meanwhile, our next goal is going to be the conquest of Austria for Styria. So we are looking at a truce 1375, so in less than 1 year. So we're going to improve relations with our subjects and prepare for the war. So see you in a bit. Here we are again. So in between I built up a spy network in Austria. I also checked out the military tech, so in fact we can do 1 level here and go up to maybe we're going with free companies, and we're going with the runner cavalry here. Yeah. So now we're just going to wait until the morale is at maximum again, and in August our truce is expiring exactly. So as soon as we can, we are going to declare war here and go after Austria. Okay, Venice is putting us as rival, which is fine. Also the noble stuff is expiring. Now the question is, can we afford to restrict the... Okay, the influence has to decay a bit. So we are just going to wait a bit. Hopefully it drops far enough so that we can remove the forestry monopoly, because then we are ready to do the nobility reform. Yeah, it's going to take a while to get there, but that's our goal. Just to improve our overall economy and, well, like, efficiency here. Okay, as soon as the... Wait a second, what has happened to Venice? It says changed capital 2 times. See, what has occurred here? I didn't see that they were at war, so it would be in our interest if they get conquered, but they are probably not. Venice has changed the capital to Crete. And they okay, they changed it to Crete and then they changed it back. Interesting idea, but that's not how it works here. And what's a good idea? Apparently they regretted that immediately. We're going to pull in Flanders just because we can. We got enough trust with them. How's it called here? To spend favors in this case. Do we want to do anything to the other ones here? No, we just want to focus on Austria, so there we go. And of course we are calling all our subjects to war. And now we are hunting, light looting. And then we are going to take the first fight here. Meissen is attacking Schwarzburg, that's fine. And with that, the Austrian army gets a beating immediately. Okay, we can now move to Tyrol, I guess, and safely chase the army here. And just siege down everything. Ooh, this is very, very useful, because we want to do the nobility reform pretty soon. So we are going to pick this one, minus 30 relations and minus 20 influence. So that's going to drop them extremely low. So with that we can in fact first of all do the... Oh, we need admin. Military points. Oh, we also need 150 here. Okay, sorry. Okay, we have to save up some military points here before we can do the reforms. That's going to be rough. I hope that we can still make it before the influences here run out. Yeah, let them fight. So what's going on here? We already sieged something down off leash. So that's in fact fine with us. We are going to take war reps and some cash. Just make it quick so that they don't hate us that much, and Flanders can move its army towards us here. Tyrol is getting sieged down by us. We are also... Ooh, when did they take Schwaben? Oh no, they start with that, I think. Also Thurgau, we could give Thurgau back to Switzerland here just to weaken Austria even further. But for the moment we are just going to wait and observe. Our authority is growing nicely. Okay. We are above 50 military points, so we are going to revoke the forestry monopoly. So now we are at 29. It's of course pretty evil. And we need the bureaucratic advisor and influence at 30. We are currently at 0, so that's going to be also hard to do. What we could do is align the cabinet with the bureaucrats. It's going to cost us 1 stability. So ideally we are at 2 stability before we dive into the reforms. So we are going to afford grain again. And now we have to... How much do they... Furious. So they are going to lose like 50... No loyalty, so we really have to... Is the war with... No, there's no war with France yet, so we are going to overlook the tenant abuse. We are going to do celebrations, yes. I really don't want to do the special commissions because losing 10 army tradition is evil. What we could do is... Yeah, we probably can save the promote aristocratic faction for after the reform, if we can get above 50 until then. So let's just wait and finish the war. And then we can... also we need 150 military power before we can think about doing the nobility reform here. So see you in a bit. Okay, the siege of Vienna has finished. That was faster than expected. Now the decision is, do we loot them or are we not looting them? So they have only 22k urbans, decent peasant population. However, and they have a lot of infrastructure. We are going to loot it. It's only 64. But that's fine. Now the big question is, what do we need to finish the war? And even further, like how much aggressive expansion is going to cost us. Of course, we ideally want to get some cash from the other participants of the war, but that's going to be our war goals here. 24 aggressive expansion. We could spice it up with these two. We need to conquer Thurgau for that. I think we can do that. At least it seems reasonable. And then we can take a lot of cash from Austria to fund our state here. And after that we have to think about what we can do with Austria, because we could still work on conquering it, but we could also start working on vassalizing the remainders of Austria, which is maybe the safer option, because we are in the HRE and aggressive expansion is nasty. Okay, where are we? Everything is working fine. Can we piece someone out? Tyrol. Where is Guichun? I have no idea, but we can't piece them out. Trieste is under siege, in fact. So, because they are super poor, probably not going to care that much here. Okay, Tyrol is sieged, and now we just piece them out here. So they are going to give these to. It's going to cost us a little bit of diplo power, but it's fine because I just want to make sure that nothing which is somehow related to a Habsburg is getting anything. So, go. Now we retreat back home. This is also Austria there. Okay, in fact we are going to not do the Thurgau return here. Instead we are going to accept... Ooh, we can create a state here. That's good. More states means more stuff in the empire, more power. And we are just going to take as much cash as we can. 225 is really, really good. And with that we are... Oh, we have to wait until our army is back home. Yeah, there we go. So... let's do it. Awesome. Massive Styria has been created. And now we can, in fact, cancel the spy network here, and we can now check out how strong the remainders of Austria are. Okay, a lot of the cash just got invested. So, if we were fixing the trust and the hostile attitude, which is relatively easy to do, the economic base is still quite high. However, that might need updating. Because currently we are not getting the negative 1k due to the owned cores. However, as soon as we integrate Styria, we would get this negative. Oh, Treviso is finished, so we are going to add this one into the Empire, which is going to give us nothing apparently. Okay. But we're also going to make a state here and call it. I noticed in between that Friuli has in fact added Estria to the empire, which we conquered from Venice, so that's also very useful. And here we go with the next major interesting topic, which we are going to cover in the next episode.